Good morning, everyone. I think we should come to a start. Thank you for being awake at this early hour. Earlier than yesterday, give or take. It's my pleasure today to welcome you to the second day of our fourth EU-level thematic conference as part of the European Year of Volunteering. And I'm John Macdonald, in case you hadn't noticed already. I'm the head of the task force in the Commission that was in charge of the European Year. And we're going to kick off today by raising awareness and celebrating the achievements of one part of our communication campaign. You may be aware that we had a communication campaign, as befits any European year. We had a multilingual, and still have it in fact, a multilingual website with plenty of news and human interest stories, information about volunteering, and so on. So lively that, in fact, on average, we have 6 new news items every day on it in various languages. And we have these conferences, but we also had a tour, as you may be aware, the tour of the European Union's capital cities that traveled from capital city to capital city, staying roughly a week each time, to give the limelight to volunteering in each of the member states, at least for a brief period. And the idea was this tour would allow volunteering organizations and volunteers to showcase themselves and show what they do in each of the countries. But what point is there in doing that unless somebody is watching and recording all of that? So as part of the tour, we were also able to benefit from volunteer journalists, volunteer reporters, that we call the relay reporters. And these relay reporters are young, mainly. They're all over there. We're going to call them up in a minute. Whose job was to report on the goings-on of the European Year Tour. And also to provide stories about volunteering in their own country throughout the year. They were equipped by us to do this, so we gave them professional recording equipment, both for video and for audio, to be able to make reports that have been gathered throughout the year. In the fullness of time, these reports will be edited together to form a documentary about the European year, which we hope will be broadcast during 2012. But for the moment, we would like to present you with a preview, a taster of the work that they did. But before I do that, let me introduce you to the relay reporters. There's one thing that you need to realize about them, and that is that although they come from the member states of the EU, they were asked to report on the next country in the series of the tour. So each of them were not reporting on the goings-on of the tour in their own country. They traveled with the tour to the next country in the queue. And so they were able to see the goings-on of the tour through foreign eyes. And that EU-level angle was what we were aiming to achieve with this tour. So without further delay, let me call them up one by one. May I ask Kevin Dupont, who is Belgian, to come to the front and stand in front of the, I think it would be best to stand in front of the blue flag there to start the row. Kevin reported on the goings-on in Hungary. Next is Miklos Ambrosi, who is Hungarian. And he reported on the goings-on in Austria. Next up we have Sandra Santos from Portugal, who reported on Luxembourg. Then we have Clara Sanz, Spanish, who reported in Greece. Dimitrios Argyriou, who was Greek, he reported in Cyprus. Next up is Jure Rejec, Slovenian, who reported in the UK. My apologies for any pronunciation errors. Mike Lee Cooper, who's British, reported in Lithuania. Gianluigi Giustiniani, Italian, reported in Denmark. Stig Nielsen was Danish, and he reported on goings on in Sweden. Oskar Gustafsson is Swedish, and he reported on the goings on in Ireland. Melanie Mortlock is German, and she reported on the proceedings in the Netherlands. Nina Peters is Dutch, and she reported in Czech Republic. And Milan Minkov, Bulgarian, reported on the events in Malta. Finally, may I invite Mathieu Bosquet, who's French and who reported on Estonia, to come up to join me on the podium. Because on behalf of the Relay reporters, he would like to say a few words. Please.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really happy that we're all here together, and I would like to thank Georges Drouet, who had the idea of the project and has been managing all of us really in a really good way. Like there is one person of each country, and we gather together to make something good happen, and we are all friendly. We are all friends, and I think there is something very rich and great about the future of Europe here. And so go and check out what we've produced about volunteering if you want. But what I like in what's been happening is meeting all these great people, and I see some hope in volunteering. It gives the best opportunity for people to flourish, and they need to go out and try things. I mean, education should be modernized, maybe in a way, and volunteering is certainly a part of it. So let's use it. And yeah, that's it. I think that's the scope of volunteering. And please, just a personal point of view, let's not replace our social systems with volunteering. Thank you. Here is the DVD. We're going to watch.
Thank you very much. Right. I'm going to join them in a second, just for some photos. But just in case you're wondering what it was I got, it's the DVD. We'll all be getting it as well. The DVD of this taster film that I was talking about. And let me show you what it is. I hope this works. Thank you very much, and thank you who've done a tremendous job. Thank you. Now, we've got a couple of minutes left of this session, and I would like to use them for two things. The first is perhaps a surprise to some of the people in the room, but we're honored to have in our midst the winners of the 2011 Active Citizens of Europe Awards. And so I thought I'd use this opportunity, since we've got a bit of time, just to let you know who they are and what they've done. So may I ask Barbara MacLeod to come up to the flag area, please. There she is, from the Scottish European Educational Trust, a winner of the 2011 Active Citizens of Europe. We call them ACE Awards. This is the 5th edition of the awards, and so Barbara was one of the winners. Do you want to say a short sentence of what you do? A short sentence? A sentence only.
Okay. Scottish European Educational Trust exists to inform young people in Scotland about Europe and the European Union. We do it from primary schools right up until universities, and we use volunteers around the country to help us in our work.
Thank you very much. Stuart Mitchell, are you in the room? I don't see him. Stuart Mitchell, another winner of the ACE Awards this year. Oh, he had to leave already. Never mind. He works for Sue Ryder, which is a charity shop type thing in the United Kingdom. And in Scotland, they have a program for the rehabilitation of prisoners who are about to be released. And so that's another of the ACE Awards winners. Carlton Deal, I know, is in the audience. I can see him, is the next winner from the organization Serve the City, which has experienced tremendous growth since it started 6 years ago. Carlton, can you say a sentence about what you do?
Yeah, thanks. We try to help people go from non-involvement to involvement, and we become specialists at events that create a wide variety of opportunities for people to serve, either based on people that they would like to serve, the homeless or disabled, or activities like sports or arts. So, thanks.
Next up is the Red Hall Walled Gardens Trainees scheme with Jan Cameron. Jan, would you like to say a word?
Red Hall is a beautiful 18th century walled garden in Edinburgh, and we work with 50 people who have long and enduring mental health problems, and they come as volunteers to help maintain and manage this beautiful space for people to come visit. And the shift from being a mental health service user to a volunteer gardener is a life-changing one for people. Just that change in role does more than most people can imagine for the people I work with. Thank you for letting us be involved in this lovely organisation.
Thank you very much. Now we have someone from Greece, the Saronikos Young Volunteers in Action, Vasilis Anthony Asimakopoulou and Anastasia Ioannidis. Sorry, can you come up?
I'm just taking the picture. I didn't know I have to get up here. Thank you. We're a group of, our group has got young teenagers and young students. I started the group in 1990, and it was because in our little village, I would see young people do nothing, just wander about from one place to another, one coffee shop to another, and then end up in the computer rooms. So we've decided to start this group with other teachers and the retired citizens of our city. And now we're very happy that we have new members every year, and we have our old members come back to train the younger generation. So I brought Vasilis Simakopoulou with me. He's the leader of the group this year, and this is our younger generation. Thank you.
And finally, on behalf of Fundação Inatel, may I ask Laura Moura to come?
Thank you. I'm from Inatel Foundation, and this is a telephonic line that gives emotional support for the population. It is for all the Portuguese people, and we receive calls from a variety of teams, but loneliness is the biggest percentage of the calls that we receive.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A big round of applause. Okay, we still got a couple of minutes, and those last 2 minutes of this session I would like to use on a more individual level yet again to say thank you to a key strategic partner of ours, in particular in this task force. We really enjoyed an excellent working relationship with the Secretariat of the EYV 2011 Alliance. So I'm going to be joined here now by the Executive Committee members, representatives of the core of the EYV 2011 Alliance, who have a little thing prepared for Gabriela Civico, Céline Barlet.
That's a surprise. Not everyone may know, but Gabriela and Celine have actually been with us since 1st of July 2010. So thank you very much for all that time you've been with us, for the work you have put in for working with us, the executive group, with John and his team at the Commission, with the steering group, the working groups, the wider alliance, POW Education. Probably I'm not mentioning everyone, but thank you so much for everything.
A lot of kissing going on. We're a passionate lot in this European Year of Volunteering. So that's all I have. And we're right on time for the next session. We have 2 parallel sessions. One of them is in here and the other one is in the other room, as you are aware. This one in here is on volunteering in the forthcoming European years. And the other one is on the theme of volunteering in development and humanitarian aid. So I invite you, I don't actually have a schedule with me, I can't remember whether there's a coffee break now. 1 second. No, we go straight into this session. So, okay, without further delay, let me wish you all the best for the rest of the conference and enjoy the parallel sessions now. Thank you.